So this is what I learned in 2020 about writing. This video essay is actually inspired from the learning to write guide that I write each year to really document what I learned about writing, because the writing is core to my work of body, and it all started with me writing. And so to really develop myself over and to teach everything that I learn about writing, I publish each year this guide. So this is one of 2020's edition adaptation. If you want to read, you can read the raw form on the link down below, but by watching this video you are doing the same, so it won't be needed. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter, and let's get it started. Writing is one of those crafts that I strive to improve lifelong. So break up your essay into post. I think the most important lesson that I learned this year is that people have limited time, and if you have two choices, to write a detailed one post and to write multiple posts explaining one idea, then write multiple posts and link them together densely so that reader can follow their curiosity, not your sequence of posting. Rather than writing one huge post titled "Learning to Write," where you can say everything, write multiple posts that you go on each nuance in depth. Except you are writing on writing for writing's except you are writing on writing for writing's sake, like me. I'm doing this by introducing my ideas and perspective on a system of keeping a notebook, commonplace journal. I have posted my hypothesis on another post and explaining its in every nuance, like hard hitting what I do mind by what do I mean by term hard hitting books. Email list is essential. By subscribing to an email list is one of the highest compliment a writer can get. And another great compliment that I think the writer can get is by seeing his book getting annotated or highlighted or crushed. So, and by subscribing his newsletter, you are saying that I want to hear more from you, and if you do, you can subscribe to my newsletter too. Don't go overboard with content cross posting. Again, this is like strategies over philosophy. I really believe a strong philosophy and mindset is better than contemporary strategy that only works timely. I want timeless principles and wisdom, not a strategy that only works for like 6 months out of a year. Believe in the long-term process. It's really hard to effectively think of the strategy for each one that aligns with what you want to do. But remember, you can always expand later on. But focus on your website and just extra burn content that you want to publish into. Venture into the fulfilling journey of being interesting. This credit goes to Kelvin Newport's podcast that I adore. His podcast is like you are getting more bang for per minute. That's a standard unit of I think I just made up this standard unit of rating a podcast. So the one of the most fulfilling facet of keeping a blog and fucking actually paying for it, and your mood swings are unaffected by the consistency of books of your work. I can't be like one day, haha, I don't feel like passion for writing, and goes on to delete full blog in just one click because I have paid for it. If you pay for something, then you are constantly and actually committed to it, and staying committed is where gold is. Having no option gives you more freedom because you can actually focus fully on it. Remember, discipline is precursor to freedom. Millions of blogs made each month. Some die, even majority of them die 6 months, and few live up to 4 to 5 years. This blog is just 1 year, and now at the time of recording it is more than 2 years old now, and I have already set planned that will make me and and I already planned everything that will take me like a century to fulfill. So I can't refrain from posting. I know I'm going to be built each year, so that option to not posting anything is not on table. I have to read each day so that I have the option to cut the shit and only to write about what I truly believe and those billions insights. As Nawal Ravikant has said, read enough and you become a connoisseur. I don't know how to pronounce it. Then you naturally gravitate more towards theory, concepts, non-fiction. If you have no idea what you should write about, then read, consume, become a connoisseur so that you can appreciate what this beautiful world has to offer. And while doing that, you will come across all these moments that you can write about. This is how you decide what to write about. Show your personality and be willing to bear the consequences. Credit goes to Mark Manson. If you drop F-bombs while speaking, then fucking ride with it. Denying or trying to not show yourself will result in mediocre work. And I think that really you can see in like majority of the LinkedIn posts that the person is not being true to himself. Like those podcasts that are actually trying to appeal to everyone on LinkedIn, but you know they are just bullshitting and advertising their shitty product and service. So if you don't anything because of this fear, then you are still paying with time and opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is bitch. Choose to do nothing is still a choice you are making. The way I write could be, and the way I speak could be. The way I write and the way I speak could be disrespectful for some people, and that's fine with me. And it's important for of being fine with it. It means you are taking into consideration what are consequences of it. You are not indifferent, but you know what you are dealing against with. It's perfectly fine. Shit takes time. You can't accept money rolling in at the moment you hit the first block as your introduction. When people ask, I have made this blog, not what I should write about first about, they miss the point. Here are problems that you are trying to solve. Nobody is telling you to start blog, but you did. Now give people to read it too. Follow 3-year rule, best explained by Captain Sinbad Bhaiya. Don't take into consideration another choice like quitting for just 3 years. Okay, just take decision for once and then stick to it. And with that, follow that 10x rule. Assume that the time is going to take and the effort you are thinking it will take you what you consider success. Now multiply that by 10. The world is complex and it does not operate with the laws of your moods, but the cold hard rules of physics and the market and the logic. Depth wins every time. Let me get this fact straight. The reason why my YouTube channel is growing isn't because I am not making any mistake or my animation is sexy or I look sexy or I look hot or anything like that. The reason my content is people are watching, and I have seen this too from comments that I get and the DMs that I get on Telegram, is because people love the depthful content that I am fulfilling their needs for. Call Newport books have depth, content that has depth and not just another dopamine infused medium post. Means you thought through the idea you are presenting and respect the reader's time. Even now Medium is hating it and adding some policies for it. Those writers who capitalize on copywriting but no depth on what they are writing lose. To really build depthful relationship with your reader, you should write content that has really something to offer rather than just making you click on the heading. To really build depthful relationship with the reader, you should write content that your reader has something to offer, rather than just making you click on the heading. You come across an essay, not interest of you, but you see it's written by Chetneet, and you decided to read it because you expect a new way to think from this guy, and you know that this guy really like things that are insightful and have depth and that will improve my life. So this is what I want to aim in my writing. So in conclusion, write multiple posts and link them, becoming an interesting person so that we have a reason to read your work. Show your personality and be willing to rear consequences. Write content that has depth, and finally, sit takes time. Thank you so much for watching. This means a lot to me for watching. Bye.